Does it look professional? Nah.
So essentially, we had to take our video down.
Oh, it's just died again.
They use the word antisocial.
I've got to take it all out again. Technology!
Hello, and welcome back to the channel.
Hi everyone, as you can see, it's late in the evening here and we've finished work for the day. I've been fairly static for the last couple of weeks, well we all have really, so we've not stayed away anywhere because I've been taking time out to put in the solar panels finally, and you'll see all of that in a minute. But first of all, we wanted to address something that had come up.
Oh yes, because we got in contact with National Trust after we had that lovely time at Hinton Ampner. We decided to contact them and say we had a fantastic treatment from you guys, and we also know you do some fantastic things for children, all of your sites. We'd like to promote that. Would you like to collaborate? Would you like to work together? I shared them a link to the video that we'd uploaded about Hinton Ampner, and they got back in touch fairly quickly, and the email was really quite disappointing. They used the word antisocial at the end, which was slight, yeah, I don't know whether it's the motorhome that's antisocial, whether it's our children, but actually what they deemed as antisocial was filming and uploading to YouTube. Whether it's monetized or not, they think that it is not appropriate, and they asked us to take any videos down that are associated with National Trust. They actively seek out people that include National Trust properties and National Trust grounds in their videos, and they seek to take them off YouTube. So essentially we had to take our video down, and we are no longer going to be able to film anything in National Trusts. But I can kind of understand it, because National Trust properties are used for period dramas, they are used in commercials. I can understand why they'd want a fee.
Yeah, we said that, but we also said that we're not filming a professional drama, and we're not necessarily selling their site. What we're doing is giving it a family perspective, so that hopefully that we might benefit from being able to visit lots more properties at a discount perhaps, but at the same time that discount just covers the time we take out, the overheads of like fuel and editing time that we put together. And that user generated content is something that's used by marketing companies everywhere to give a real kind of feel and perspective.
Ah well, I'm not bothered, it's fine. We earned 30 quid from that video, which is very nice. It got me a few bottles of Carver, so that's fine. No, I'm only joking, it probably got us a bit of fuel.
But we moved on.
We don't need National Trust.
No,
it's too posh for us anyway. Oh well, never mind. We'll move on, and we took the video down and it's all okay now, so we're not in trouble anymore. But we are going to be quite mindful of not getting lots of other people in our videos, because we don't want to annoy other people and we don't want to be antisocial. We say we're going to play by the rules.
Okay.
We might do.
On to my solar install.
All right.
Hi, I'm Daz and she's Bee. We've had our motorhome since June last year and have already had many adventures and made plenty of maverick mistakes on our travels.
Our dreams of owning a home in France were shattered after Brexit. Then we failed to move somewhere more rural after our house sale fell through in the UK.
We bought Stampy, our 10-year-old motorhome, in the hope that we can live a life less ordinary and explore the UK and Europe with our kids and our greyhound Sammy whenever we can.
Please join us as we try new things, make memories as we escape in the motorhome.
Good morning. Well, it's a weekend, it's supposed to be dry, so we're not going anywhere this weekend, but I'm going to muck around in the van anyway. So at the moment I've got our heater on. I've actually got a dehumidifier going because I want to dry the van out, draw any moisture out on the inside, as well as hopefully get the roof dry for a solar panel fit. So I'm checking out where we can stick all the solar panel stuff again, just reminding myself. But today's challenge is improving our in-car entertainment. So the stereo system in the front is terrible. We're looking at a new system for that, and that will need new speakers too. So what we've got is an Amazon Music subscription, and we've also got Amazon Prime Video. So while we're out and about, as long as we've got a mobile signal, we'll be able to listen to any number of millions of songs on this system. And for such a small little speaker, it has a really good sound. And I'm hoping if we mount it to perhaps the cupboard behind me, that we'll get a really good bass sound from it. But you may have seen we also have the Amazon Fire Stick in our TV at the back, so we've got access to Amazon Prime, and then through that we also have a Netflix subscription, so we can watch any number of films and TV programs when we're out and about, but it's reliant on a signal. Thankfully we've got about 2 or 3 different networks across our family mobile phones, so hopefully we'll never be without a signal, or we'll be on site. But with a family of 5, entertainment is key. So here's our kit for today. This was an Amazon Black Friday purchase for £16. These components all are about £3, £3.50 each. So all in all, this was about £10 and this was 16, as I said. So for £26, hopefully we can have a nice sounding entertainment system. And I find music is my therapy. I think B feels the same. So to me, it's as important as cooking and feeding ourselves. I think I need to have a daily dose of music. At this point I need my phone to connect to it so I can add it as a device, and then in theory I can drop into this and speak to this device from any of my other devices.
Just download the Alexa app and follow the instructions. Hallo, dein Gerät kann jetzt eingerichtet werden.
There we go. So in English and in other languages too. Looks like a UFO, doesn't it? It's a pretty boring video, isn't it, so far? Come on. Alexa, play a road trip music playlist.
The playlist, Road Trip on Amazon Music.
Oh, it's just died again. I mean, it could be any number of things. It could be this socket, it could be this cable, it could be this fixing here. I think I found a reasonable place for it to go, probably right next to the 12-volt socket above the door. And I'm thinking about using those Velcro strips to hold it on, because they can hold quite a weight, you know, like a kilo or 2, and this is quite small, so I'll need to pop to the shop for those. But let's just test it out again. Alexa, resume. And it dies again. Technology! Well, I've just found a pack of these kicking around in the drawer. Now apparently they can hold 1.8 kilos. I don't know if that's per strip or if you stick all of them on at once. The thing is, we're going to be going over lots of bumps and there's going to be lots of vibrations, so there's a chance this will fall off. Maybe it is time to screw it in. Okay, you've probably all been saying it, but now I feel it too. This is not a great idea. Putting any weight on here is the same as just undoing Velcro, and it comes off. Screws it is. The only thing is, I'll be taking a small risk going into this board here when there's all these electrics. So before the day is out, I'm going to have some music in here. Let's go.
Today's forecast is intermittent clouds.
I shouldn't have touched it, should I? Electrics! Okay, so despite the numerous positive reviews on this cable, I'll have a little bit more of a play, otherwise that can go back. Well, Bee's just bought me a tea for all my hard work today. Look at that. Looks more like a soup.
Okay, hello sisterhood. I have an excuse. Yeah, the tea bag kind of split, so I salvaged it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Enjoy!
Thanks. So I've been up on the roof trying to get rid of some of the grime so the glue sticks well. However, because of the driveway, the water keeps going into the end of the van where I'm trying to dry it out so I can seal it. So we need to either spin the van round or get it up on the ramps. Let's give the ramps a go. That's the elephant wash, or Stampy as it's otherwise known. So I'm going to, come in. It's nice and warm in here. So the whole roof is wet, most of it's clean. Might give it another clean at the back tomorrow, and in a couple of days time hopefully we can seal it and maybe progress with putting some wires through the roof. For now though, Alexa, I have feedback.
Sure, tell me what's on your mind.
well, it's quite a lot, but at the moment you keep switching off when I turn the volume up.
Thanks for the feedback.
That didn't help, did it? Well, maybe Jeff will get the memo and let me know how to solve it, eh? Right, well that's me done for the day. I'll be back on this job tomorrow. Something about this, pulling this off, is strangely satisfying. Hello everyone. So, it's the weekend, it's been dry, it's above 5 degrees, it's time to get Stampy ready. So I've got my Sikaflex. Never used this before, done bathrooms plenty of times, and a rusty old gun to put it on with. No point hanging around, might as well just get on with it. I'm sure you're all thinking just get on with it, so I'll just do that then. So I've cleaned up these joints as best I can. And despite my knife making a lot of scratches down here, this will all be covered with the silicone. So as ugly as it looks now, it's going to look okay soon, he says. Now I did say I wasn't going to use my fingers, but I'm going to try it. Not 100% what I was looking for. Certainly better than the big fat gap that was there before. So I've just run another string of sealant down this edge here. I'm going to try and mix that in with the other one to get a nice finish. So there's the Sikaflex on the back of the van. Does it look professional? Nah. Will it do? Yeah? Right, now we've got it all masked out. I better glue it on. Okay, so now it's time to flip the panel. Goes. Feel like docking a spaceship. A little touchdown. Right, let's apply a little bit of pressure. You know, when it doesn't squeeze out around the sides, you wonder if you've put enough in. There's kind of no going back now. Right, I'm putting these little side feet on here instead of the corner panels because of a space issue up there. I might have already shown you before, but when I get back up there, I'll show you again. Oops, my gels has fallen out. That's not a sign, is it? Why these feet? Well, I'm a bit worried about the shadow cast by this aerial, so I want to bring it back a little bit further than the other one on the other side. However, the feet would be all over the back, so I've mounted them there, and there's a good bit of clearance and it doesn't overhang the back, so I'm hoping this will maximise the sunshine we get and minimise the shadow. The scary bit is next. I've now got to drill a hole through my roof. It looks like it's going to rain. And this is the cupboard I want to bring things down into, because I know I can be drilling right next to the aerial and I won't hit anything. However, when you come down, there's a separator here, which doesn't sound like a problem. On this side, it's actually a box. So I'm going to take this box off now and just see what's behind that, rather than risk just drilling through in case it's cables. I can't seem to undo this side, so I'm just prising this side open to see if I can get a clue as to what's behind these boxes. So, behind the little flap, there's just some cables. Nothing down here, nothing down here. Okay, so we know this cupboard has some cables down here, but I can't seem to get this. There's nothing to grab to pull this out. So, I'm going to try something with this. If I can get it in. Hey, there we go. I worry this will never go back, of course. Just like, so maybe we'll just peek through. What I'm thinking is I'll try and bring the cables through right up the front here, away from everything. It's always a bit scary pulling panels off, but it's now showing me that cables are at the back. So if I bring things through the front side, or nearest to the front of the wall, we should be able to run things through. I'm going to keep this open for a bit longer, just because when I'm drilling there's going to be a load of mess in there and I can, you know, vacuum it up and stuff. Okay, so now that's clear. It really is time. Maybe I'm just putting it off. It really is time for me to drill a massive hole in my roof. This is how I imagine the cables will go. Ideally, I'd like it that way because that would be nice and sort of aerodynamic. But I think this way would be just as fine. And the cables will come round from over there and go through there, down into the cupboard. Right, I need to stop putting this off and start drilling. And since I've got no idea how thick this roof is or what might be in the way, I'm going to drill myself a little pilot hole using this metal drill bit. What should we say, the middle of that? Maybe a little bit towards the back to allow for the bend. Alright, so I can't actually drill because the aerial's in the way. So let's see if we can tilt that thing out the way. Okay, that was a bit easy. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, that's like a hole in one. Right, now we've just got to get a hole big enough to put those two cables through. So that shows you how thin it is, like a polo. That's it. That doesn't want to sit there. Oh no! I didn't put those on. I've got to take it all out again. Oh. Right. I've got a hole in my roof through which I can see daylight. and it feels like it's going to rain. So let's get on with sealing it. I'm also panicking slightly because it's 4 o'clock and it's only the start of February, so it's going to be dark pretty soon and the temperature's going to drop, and then I'm not going to be sure if my sealant's going to be working. So just now my phone ran out sadly, but in the panic I just had to carry on because I was losing daylight. It's great that it's still light, however the temperature is dropping and the light is fading fast. So all in all, drilling a hole through your roof is not as frightening as I thought it was. So if you're thinking about this, you just got to be a little bit brave sometimes, I guess. We've got our roof cable entry gland thing on, and I've got a little rock on it to keep it in place. Got a load of cabling inside to tidy up, and we were planning on going away tomorrow, so we'll see. So as long as there's no downpour and then flood inside the van, I would say that today was a success. Good morning everyone. It's a beautiful sunny but chilly morning. I was feeling rather pleased with myself this morning when I came down, checked on this, all nice and tight. Then I went to B&Q, try and find some wood cable trunking, which I brought back. Turns out it doesn't actually match very well, so that's going to go back. Then I tried to buy some adhesive cable clips from Halfords. In the picture they're this big, in reality they were this big. They're no good. Anyway, so I thought, well, I'll crack on with the extra wire that needs to go up here on the roof to connect the panels together and do some wiring inside. And then I decided to tighten this thing up, and sadly it just rotates and rotates. And as you're probably all guessing by now, there's a nut on the back that I should have tightened before I glued this down. A little bit earlier than I expected. I'm going to find out what it's like to undo something I've bonded. Here they are. Where's my rock? I've left my rock down there. Welcome back to Amateur Hour. I'm here sat in Stampy in about 5 layers because it's so cold, but I'm also here to put together my extension cable for the solar stuff. So with the wire I bought from the roof, you can see dangling down here, I've got a nice little bit of excess. So I've cut some off, I've trimmed the back, and what came with this wire was a pair of MC4 connectors here, which I can use to make up this extension cable to go on the roof. Let's give it a go. It's a good job I did that in hyperlapse because that took ages. Look at this little beauty. I am not proud of my crimping skills, they need a little bit of work. Let's jump up on the roof and plug that in. Let's hope I've got the right length because I haven't got any more crimps. Okay, the moment of truth. Perfect. Right, up, back inside. So things are finally coming together. So we've got a battery infused down there, waiting to be connected to the inverter, and then My attempt at covering the wires up runs up through there into this cupboard. We've got our battery cables, our solar cables, and beginnings of something up here with our solar charger unit and our monitor in a second. Right, let's connect it up. Yay, check this out. Okay, hope you can see me on this. So here's my solar charge controller, my EPEver Solar Charge Controller. I've just connected the battery to it so it's lit up, and we've got our little monitor up there. I've no idea how to use either of these things yet, so I'll have to go back to the manual or to YouTube. I've got the inverter to do, and then I'll plug in the solar panels because they have to be plugged in afterwards, and we should be set up. We should be charging from what little sun there is, but there is some sun. I'm not sure I'd want to do this ever again though. Okay, time to connect the inverter. All good videos have a spark. Oh yeah. Now apparently that's the capacitors charging in somewhere or other. What do I know? Alright, let's get this tightened up. Okay, so we're just about done down here. There's the battery sensor cable and 2 power cables coming down. We've got a fuse at the back there, and then off the battery we've got another fuse here with the 2 cables going to our inverter, and on the end of here we'll have a wire going to a plug socket on the other side. But that's about it down here. It's now the end of the day. It's nearly 4 o'clock, but I've been on this all day, so the end result is seats back in. Can't see the wiring running up the back there. It all runs up into our neat little control center here. So I don't know if you can see this, but we've now got the panel charging the battery, and the battery suggesting it's going out to a light bulb somewhere. But it's only going to the inverter at the moment, so that's working away and the battery's being charged. And then over here it's our little monitor with a bunch of other information that I've yet to learn about. So there we go. Now, I would kind of say that's it done, but to be honest it's 98% done. Again, is it a professional job? No. Will it do? Yeah. Thanks for bearing with me while I installed our solar project. I hope it inspires you to have a go at doing some things yourself. And if you've got this far through the video, well done. As always, if you'd like to follow us, you can like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.